Right, Pride of London. London is blue, let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC, let's go. Have it right, Minerals FC. You got the Minerals, yeah? Love it. Got the Minerals, TT.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking Minerals, mate.
So have it right, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone is doing well. Apologies for the lateness. I just arrived back from the States. I had to take all the carrots away from that fucking toothpick win Stanley. Let's have it right. And instead we throw him the stick. Do you understand what that means? But we'll explain that later on. But we're back. We're live and kicking. Make sure you do smash the pieces, that like button. If you haven't already, smash it right now. And we've got the subscribe button as well. Make sure you subscribe to Minerals FC. We're close to the 7K. Let's have it right. Monumental achievement for someone who, let's have it right, we don't get on with everyone, do we? Oh, well. Also, we got the notification bell. Ding dong. Let's have it right. All that jazz. Make sure you do hit that notification bell so that you know when we're going live. Do you know what I mean? And we got the Minerals FC Ultras membership, which is pinned at the top of the live chat and down below in the description, guys. So make sure you do get involved. Big up to every single one of you. Let's see who's in here very quickly. We got Chelsea Old Boys straight away comes first on my chat. My chat has been halved, guys. I don't know what's going on, but as always, we see things they'll never see. And let's have it right to all the goons in the chat. Let's just remind you who your daddy is. Let's have it right. Chelsea Football Club are your daddy. So make sure you drink in those minerals, will ya? So up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Who else in here? Daryl's in here. We've got Chelsea Dan. We got Colombo. Just one more thing. Let's have it right. Just one more thing. We got Nick Smith. He says Singapore is shit. We know that. Big up to Nick Smith. Big up to Ruthless Big Al. We got Hannah in here. Big up to Hannah. Big up to Mickey Droid Boy. Big up to Leo. Big up to Top Bins, Captain Crunch. Big up to British Patriot. Bazyan. Bartek Minerals. Who else is in here, guys? Cuzzy's in here. We got Metal Face Doom. We got Tony Tiger. Everyone's in here, bruv. Shano's in here. We got who else? Let me run through. Mixed Minerals with Dean is in here. Homer Simpson's landing it. We got CFC Fan is in here. Who else? Cursor. Come on, big up the Cursor, bruv. Boom. You know, you just don't know when the minerals are going to land. We got H Talks Chelsea as well. Make sure you go and subscribe to his channel. Help him out, bruv. Stephen Ray, my member, big up to you. Nick, big up to Nick. Big up to Gary. We got, who else in here, bruv? Who else is in here? Big up to Disco Cookies, bruv. Big up to you. Big up the Stretters. Big up the Stretters. Who else we got? Tom, JP McGuinness, JP the dog. Wivs is in here. Who else in here, bruv? Lee Taylor. Big up to Lee Taylor. Big up to Dino. Big up to Aaron. I know Aaron's somewhere in there. Fazzaball's in here. Big up to you. Chelsea, the Chelsea boy. Come on. We've got Hassan in here. Ashton White. Henrik Jensen. Mod K. Everyone's in here, bruv. Stuart G. Come on, guys. Every single one of you. Land your minerals in the chat. I hope everyone is doing well. Big up to Rebel Rising as well. He says, hello, Johnny. How we just want 8 million for Cho. 8 million. And apparently what? It's to Fulham, is it? Apparently we weren't selling any players to rivals. Is Fulham a rival these days? I didn't know. Oh, yeah, it must be. Must be a rival now. The state we're in. What a joke. Big up to you, Rebel Rising. 8 million is just an absolute embarrassment. How's the kid only worth 8 million? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Talent galore, the kid. Injury, yes, he's had injury. We know that. But listen, put him in a team and let him play consistently. And you never know what you'll get with Callum. Callum's got minerals. We know that. It's just that he didn't work out at Chelsea right now. And clearly these guys don't want another young'un who, let's have it right, he's on 140 grand a week. They want to cut that wage off the bill. We know why. We know. So anyway, big up to every single one of you. Stuart says you just have to call it for what it is. If you give the gaffer lemons, expect lemonade. As I said to you in the process of takeover, these American owners are bad news. What are we doing here? Exactly. We know it. We know it. You want to make orange juice, they'll give you lemons. This is the clowns we got at Chelsea right now. This is the ownership. This is what they do. This is them to a T. And we have to just accept it. No, we don't accept it here. I don't accept it. That's why I'll keep calling you out. I won't stop. What do you think this is? Listen, big up to every one of you in here. Make sure you do smash the like button. We've got a lot to go through. But first and foremost, let's just land it straight away for what it really is. Casado, we've bid 80 million, is it? Or sorry, 75 million plus 5 million add-ons, 80 million. Listen, Toothpick, you carrot-eating merchant Winstanley, bruv, and Stuart Little. I mean, you lot are a joke in the game. Like, could we have not got anyone sort of elite? Do you know what I mean? What are these guys, man? These guys, this guy in particular, the carrot-eating merchant, he can't even deal with his ex-club. Yeah, he's like, I believe he's an agent for Brighton at Chelsea. He's doing everything in Brighton's favour. We've been spanked relentlessly by Brighton. I mean, we're just throwing money at them consistently, bruv. You know what I mean? This guy can't even get a deal for Casado over the line. What good is he? What use is he, bruv? Yeah, and he's a carrot merchant because they keep feeding him carrots because he's doing everything that these owners tell him. All right, that's the whole point. You're a yes man. You have to sit back and just take it, bruv. You have to do what you're told. You ain't got no power. This Paul Winstanley ain't got no power. What power, bruv? I mean, Ted Lasso Bone and Siri Merchant are the ones negotiating. Everyone thinks it's Winstanley, but he ain't. He's just a little carrot-eating merchant that's sitting there getting all the limelight. He loves to post out his scenic pictures. You know, we know he loves Twitter, as does Lawrence Stuart Little, aka Stuart Little. Yeah, they love social media. Oh, yeah, and so does Ted Lasso Bowley. You know, they're so active on social media, but they're not active where we need it. Yeah, because we're coming up to 2 weeks, if not 2 weeks, or less than 2 weeks ticking till we play the Ditters. And here we are sitting here. We still haven't got a midfield. We're still like sitting here with Enzo, Gallagher, and Santos. Like, what are we doing? Do you know what I mean? And now you know the price. You know the price for Casado. Casado's going to be 100 million plus. You fucking well know it. So you do the right thing. You either go and pay the money or you walk away. You're not going to get a deal out of these guys. These guys will sit there and they'll wait like Cheshire Cats for you to hand down those money bags. Until you do that, forget it. Nothing's happening. You can't pay no brown envelope to orchestrate shit for you because Brighton have got our owners where they want them. And Toothpick Merchant and we got the old Stuart Little. They can't do nothing. What can they do? Negotiators my arse, bruv. Negotiators my arse. They can't do anything. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, you're sitting here, you've allowed all these other clubs to go and buy DMs, and you're now left with Casado, and you've got Lavia on the brink of joining Liverpool for 50 million, and his heart's apparently set on Liverpool, but we're going to come in and try and raid Lavia. I mean, how fucking poor is this? What kind of strategy? What kind of planning is this? This is all scattergun. It's, I don't know what I'm doing, FC. It's literally a circus. That is what we got at Chelsea. And how can anyone just sit back and go, oh yeah, we're all chill as a cucumber. Don't worry, we trust the board, we trust our directors, we trust our owners. Look at the gaffer. The gaffer's crying out for experience. He countlessly keeps bringing it up. He's talking about his squad. He's talking about how he's basically got under 21s galore in his squad. He needs some fucking experience. You need to give him the tools so that he can land it. All right, you're not doing that because you're restricted in the market. What are you going to pay Casado? Casado's personal terms are done, is it? Is it? Are they done? And everyone is going, now, Casado's better get his agent to push the move now. He needs to make a bit of ruffle feathers here at Brighton and put the pressure on. No, he doesn't. Absolutely not. You know, what has Chelsea told him? Yeah, we want you. We're going to pay the money. All right, pay the money. No, you don't want to pay the money. You don't want to pay the 100 million. It's your fault. Ted Lasso Bowley, Siri Merchant, Curry Merchant, and Stuart Little. It's all their fault why we were in this position. You had every opportunity last summer. The owners could have got Declan Rice, filled the position, landed it for 10 years. You didn't do that. You could have got Casemiro. You didn't want to do that. Didn't want to buy an older player. So now we're here, 2 windows later, 3rd window, and you are struggling to buy a DM. The one position that is key for our team. And Pochettino, the gaffer, today speaks about, I need balance. I've got no balance in the team. What have I been saying to you guys consistently and what you all know anyway? It's not like I have to educate you guys. We are in dire need of a goalkeeper. We are in need of a DM. And we are in need of reinforcements in the midfield and maybe some wingers. It looks like we're not going for any other striker because let's have it right. We've got Jackson at the minute who seems to be looking good, and we'll talk about Jackson. But my point is this. You need that core. What did we hear about Mike Magnan or whatever his name is, yeah? Oh, the owners see you too expensive. Too expensive. Are you taking the piss? All right. Onana was what? 55 million. And they said he was too expensive. What goalkeeper are you going to get for 30 million of top tier quality, bruv? What are you talking about? Or 40 million for that matter. You've got to pay 60, 70 million for top quality. That's the going rate. The market's inflated as it is. Yeah. And Ted Lasso Bowling, Siri Merchant come out and they go, oh, yeah, it's much cheaper in football, transfers and trading players. Is it really? Well, you're not acting like it's cheaper. You're acting like it's more fucking extortionate the way you're going on. So here we are sitting here waiting before the season starts, and you still haven't addressed when you know damn well, all right, when what's his name? Ben Jacobs came out and had a meeting with Bloom from Brighton, wouldn't even buy the laces for Casado's boots. The guy's got a 4-year deal, all right, on a 1-year extension option, all right. You have to pay big money. They're not going to sell for tuppence. Why should they? They want to keep him. Their gaffers come out openly and publicly to say, I want Casado and I want Colwill. Now, you dare sell Colwill. You dare put Colwill with this deal. You're asking for it, all right? You've done enough shitting on us and it needs to stop. You need to put a cork in your assholes because right now it's a joke. It's embarrassing and you need to sort it out. The funny thing is, Casado's not even worth 100 million. He's not even worth 105, 10 million. He's not worth it. The guy's had one good season and you're blowing out or having to blow out 100 million, even 80 million. And the fact that you're scrimping and saving because we're fucking desperate, bruv. We are desperate right now for this position. Is Lavia the answer to all our prayers? For 50 million, give it a go. If you can get him, apparently you promised Lavia to come in January. You said we'll buy you in the summer. You still ain't bought him. Why? Because you've been offloading our books to suit and match up and marry up financial fair play. You sold all our best players, everyone. You sold all our elite generals in midfield. You sold everything, any core that we were building upon. You've sold it all. And now we've got to rebuild this core, and you're not even rebuilding it. You're incompetent. You're inexperienced. You're arrogant, and you're just damn right stupid. All right. And then you got these guys, one from Brighton and Stuart Little, and it's like we're sitting here waiting for deals, the most important position, and everyone's broadcasted it. It's the most important position, bruv. Yeah. And you got Lavia now going to Liverpool, and you missed the trick on that one. You know what I mean? You muck around too much because you're too concentrated on making money on players that we got in our squad, like Conor Gallagher and Trev Baresi, you want to sell. And the gaffer's come out and says, I want Conor Gallagher. Yeah. And now you have to keep him, but you're desperate to sell him. This is the shit show. I want to see proof that you're backing this gaffer. You give him the damn experience he needs. You can't get Casado. You go and buy Redondo. Whatever that takes, 30 million, whatever it is to buy this baller, all right? Wonderful player, talent galore, fits your kindergarten FC. So I've given you one there for free. Go and take that one. And then go and get Schumanni, bruv. Go and get a Schumanni. Simple as. Go and have Schumanni in end zone midfield, bruv. Have Redondo there. Have Santos there. Lovely minerals. Lovely balance there. But you didn't do that. We got Verratti going to Saudi. Why don't you go for Verratti as well? What a baller he is. I don't give a shit, man. He's experienced. You didn't go for him. Wages don't suit the model. So again, we're limited in the market. Same old story. So what are you going to go for, bruv? What are we doing here? Who are we competing with right now? Poor Gaffer, he's showing that he's landing the damn minerals. The way where he's got these kids to absorb his tactics and play the football that we've been playing. We've been playing some lovely stuff, all right? But it's not consistent. And it's not gonna happen. It's not going to translate consistently throughout the season. This league is dominating. It's relentless. You can't just rely on kids, man. You need some experience in there. And to get experience, it comes with a cost. And there is a price to pay. So pay the damn money. You go on about the eye of the fan, all right? It's a very dangerous game what you're playing, Ted Lasso Bowley, the eye of the fan, the Siri Merchant. You see, you're all about keeping the supporters happy. But what happens when the supporters are crying out for players, whether they're right or wrong, and you don't go and give them these players? What are you going to look like? You have to now commit to Casado. You don't want to pay the 100 million or the 110 million, but you have to. You got to do it, because if you don't, the supporters are going to start turning on you, and you can't have the supporters turn on you. So you got to fucking swallow this ridiculous pill, bruv. Yeah, you got to swallow it. And it's sad, really, because all you have to do is get the professionals in the game, let them do their job, get elite professionals. We just lost Christopher Vell. Christopher Vell is excellent at his job, yeah? He signs, he knows talent. Haaland's an example in Kunku. The players that he bought us, identifying Badashile, what's his name, Mudrik, and all these players, bro. All right, but you didn't let him do his job, and you let toothpick carrot Merchant Win Stanley and Stuart Little override this guy's decisions when he's well proven in the game. You are taking a Brighton model, so you thought, yeah, let's take toothpick Win Stanley. He's going to implement that model. You're taking models from clubs that are beneath us, and now these clubs are coming above us because of our fucking catastrophe, the way we have capitulated. And that is what we're doing right now, bro. Yeah. How is Lego Head Merchant buying Declan Rice, Kai Havertz, and fucking this Timber fella, like strengthening his squad? Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Kai Havertz scored 2 goals yesterday, and people go, "Oh yeah, if that was Mason Mount last night and Kai Havertz, we wouldn't have finished that goal." Well, Kai Havertz bagged 2 goals yesterday. Can't be that bad at finishing. Funny when you put a fucking DM, and a world-class DM for that matter, in that team, and you have balance and a core, all right, you can actually get benefits out of these players. But we never did that with these players, Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. We never gave them a DM to fucking unleash these players. That's the problem. That is the problem. So how do you expect Enzo? And then this is a joke, man. Social media is a joke. It's very concerning that we got our whole entire fucking board, on social media. I mean, what is this? This is about stardom, celebrity status. They just love it. They want to lap it up. They love to be in the limelight. They can't believe they've made it. I've made it Hollywood. I've made it Hollywood. They're a long way from Hollywood, bro. You lot are a joke, man. Failed actors at this rate. Yeah? You're fucking failed actors. All right? And then we got players now. We got Enzo Fernandez liking a tweet saying we need to give him a right platform next to him so that he can flourish and this and that. And Enzo Fernandez is liking his tweet. What are we doing here? We got players as well as the gaffer speaking volumes about what we say on the Minerals FC. Get the right experience. Get the right fucking profiles. You go on about this wonderful project. This project's a kindergarten FC project. That's it. That's it. It's a youth development project. But you need to give balance to this gaffer. You need to give him some sort of experience so that he can integrate the youth, bro. We can't just have under 21s, 23s in our team. And you expect us to get top four and put all the pressure on Pochettino to work miracles. Football doesn't work like that. And it's unfair on the gaffer. This gaffer's quality, man. He's shown enough already in pre-season in 3 games. As quick as he has, the impact is remarkable in the way we're playing. Give him the right fucking tools, bro. I don't want just because say don't think, oh, yeah, well done. No, we need a goalkeeper. Kepa's not it. And we know it. We know he's not. Give him a proper DM, whether that's a Casado, whether you go and get a Lavia, which is second best, all right, and you go and get a Redondo, or go and pay the 100 million and test Real Madrid for sure many and show true intent. But you're not going to do that. And this is what I'm saying about these guys. How is the ambition there? Oh, we're going to figure it out. We're going to get it right. You think at the end of the day, whether you sign Casado or not, that is not a final piece. It's like one part of the piece, but we need other pieces. And to go into season with just one piece is just criminal. And you're looking at Kudus, great right winger, which tells you Madueke's not at the level. All right. And I've told you that. He's not at the level. You're sending Angelo on loan, to Strasbourg, which is just ridiculous. What a crap loan that is anyway. Send him to a proper fucking club, man, where he can actually develop and get minutes and learn of something of elite level, bro. All right? Instead of wasting time just to feed it in Strasbourg. Everyone's going to Strasbourg. We're signing more kids to go to Strasbourg than we're signing for our senior team, which is the beachhead of this whole multi-club project. And your beachhead is falling, bro. He's sinking like the Titanic at this minute. Fuck me, man. What are we doing here, bro? Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. What else we got here? These clans don't want to splash the cash for a goalkeeper. How can you not splash the cash? The funny thing is they know they can't keep Kepa. They have to get players off the books, guys. They have to get players off the books. That's what they have to do. And Kepa is one of these players that they have to get off the books before they can go and buy in another player. They need to get rid of Trev Baresi and Gallagher, and then they'll have more money to balance their books, and then they can go and buy a Casado and maybe one other and a goalkeeper. That's the way it goes. It's one in, one out. One in, one out. At this rate, it's one out, one in. You know, that's because of their poor planning, poor strategy, inexperience, incompetence, arrogance, and misunderstanding of the game, and not using the professionals in the game and employing them and allowing them to do their jobs, that you've gone and spent 635 million, wasted all that money, offloading other players that were unnecessary. You didn't need to spend the money because you didn't want to back Thomas Tuchel, the elite gaffer he is, and listen to him because you were adamant to implement your multi-club Epstein FC model. And that is why we are in this position. They rushed it, they gutted everything out, and now we are paying the price. We are set back years, and you've brought in a top gaffer, not elite, but he's top, and he can be elite if you give him the right backing. And you're not backing this gaffer. Clearly not. And that's our problem. Big up to Jamie. He says, hi, Johnny. The moment TT was sacked was the moment I realised these owners are not cut out for this. What they did was offensive, disgusting, distasteful, upsetting. Get them out of the building. The funny thing is they're locked in for 10 years. We've got 10 years of these clowns at Chelsea Football Club. And in 10 years, they'll sell this club. They're not here for the long haul. They're here for the short stint to make quick buck. That is it. As long as you understand that, then you're all gravy. They're implementing a model that's never been proven in world football. All right. No one's gone near it because it's suicidal. Let's have it right. And now here we are. Our club has been experimented on with these fucking clowns, this consortium of bankers, money makers, no experience. Even a CEO comes out and goes, "Oh, I've got no interest in football. Don't even know about football." But he's the CEO at Chelsea Football Club. Oh, but why does the CEO have to know about football? Well, I think you do need to know about the fucking industry that you're in, so that you can actually make business decisions in that industry. You don't just go from a sport industry into an art industry and all of a sudden you know it all. You employ someone who's experienced in the art industry, and you employ someone who's experienced in the football industry, in the sport industry. That's what you do in business. You don't buy someone from some random industry and put them into another one and expect them to land the minerals. Yeah, they've got to learn on the job, is it? It's everything's learn on the job. It's on the job training at Chelsea at this rate. You know what I mean? Fucking joke, man. Absolute joke. It's embarrassing at this point. Big up Bartik Minnell says, I'm worried Lukaku won't find a club, cement fraud. This is another thing. You know what I mean? This guy's on 440 grand a week. And these guys are mucking around trying to sell our Cobham boys because they're pure profit instead of getting this cement booted rat off our books, who's actually the highest paid player on our books financially. And you're still mucking around with that. Send him wherever he has to go. You own the player. We don't care. There's no loyalty there. There's no loyalty anyway. You got no loyalty. You don't give a shit about rivalry. You sold Mason Mount to Manchester United, strengthened them. You sold Kai Havertz to Arsenal. You sold Kovacic to Manchester City, and you sold Jorginho to Arsenal. So there's obviously no understanding of the game and rivalry and strengthening rivals that we're trying to compete with. We're trying to compete with these teams, by the way. We're not competing with them. We're trying to get up there to compete because we were fucking above them before. So now we're below him. Well done. Well done. We applaud you. We love you, Bowley. We love you, Bowley. Oh, Iqbali landed my Pablo Escobar. Shut up, man. Jog on. What we doing here? Yeah? Embarrassing, bruv. Rebel Rise says, I miss Marina so much. She had the most balls. That's why she was called the Iron Lady. Yes, she's made some stinkers. We know that. Everyone does make stinkers. But this board, this ownership, this circus right now at Chelsea, they've made stinker after stinker after stinker in literally a year. 1 year. Marina's been with Roman how many years? And she's made the few stinkers here and there, or maybe a few more, but she's landed the damn minerals and we've been successful. So therefore, no one gives a shit. We're successful. And anyone who dares come to back these clowns and have a dig at Roman at the same time, you're an absolute joke, man. You're an embarrassment. Yeah. Oh, it's a new era. Trust the owners. Trust this. Trust what, bro? It's like you're going in there blind. How can you trust these guys? These guys don't give a shit about anything. They have to listen. Do you not understand? Understand something, right? The gaffers had to come out publicly about Conor Gallagher. Does that not raise alarm bells for you? That the gaffer has to come out and say, I want to keep him. I need experience. He's sending a message to the supporters to put pressure on the owners because the owners are not listening to the gaffer. That's the game, bruv. Pochettino's smart, and it won't be long. If you piss off this gaffer, he will get pissed off and he will throw his toys out the pram. He's not one to fuck around. He wants to win. He doesn't want to come to Chelsea, just develop players and go, oh, I'm a success. I've developed players. No, he wants to win trophies and be successful. He knows what Chelsea heritage is about. He understands because he knows we're the most successful club in the last 20 years. So he wants to continue that. He's trying to implement that. He's implementing a culture that you've gutted out of our football club, a mentality that you've gutted out of our football club. That's what we're trying to do at Chelsea with Pochettino now. He's trying to re-implement that. Tuchel had that. And you gutted it out by bringing in Jellyfish Potter, who's won nothing in the game. You've brought a non-winner to a winning club and expect him to land it. He made so many changes, 180 changes until Super Frank came in. And then there was another 200 changes with Super Frank. That's 200 changes in one season. That's a record. You go and look at any track record of teams. No one's made 200 changes. You sacked the entire medical team. Yeah. We've had the worst injury record in Europe. I mean, you cannot avoid all these stinkers. You can't avoid all these things. And these are their decisions. So they have to take full responsibility. If anyone is coming at the gaffer now, and people are going to start, and I guarantee it, if it doesn't go well, all right, they're going to come at the gaffer. because these clowns will use the PR, the brown envelopes, to put pressure and blame the gaffer. If you come at the players and you put pressure on the players and the gaffer, it's unfair, it's unjustified, and it shows your true incompetence to understand what is actually happening at Chelsea and how the club is being run. Because there are so many people behind the scenes in Cobham, especially, that are disgusted with the way we've been run. They are disgusted that we've sold a player like Maatsen, who is their byproduct. They're disgusted at the fact that we're trying to flog a Conor Gallagher and Trev Baresi now, that we're selling everyone that's Cobham, that we're bringing in, let's have it right, young players, kids from different countries, different continents, when we've got a crop of these players in Cobham. So it's like, your work, we don't give a shit about what you're doing, what you're developing. We're going to bring our own fucking players. We're bringing everything ourselves. We're gutting out everything Roman, and we'll bring everything ourselves. But what do you know about football? Because you're making all decisions, right? Yeah, you are. So what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. The proof's in the pudding. You are literally relying on Pochettino to land it. Guys, when we talk about the game yesterday, it was almost men v boys at one point. In certain points of that game, our midfield got run for that goal we conceded. And you blame Cucurella all you want, all right? You can blame him all you want and say sell him, he's shit, blah, blah, blah. But understand something. Look at our midfield position. Look at Enzo. Look at, was it Santos in that position? I can't remember who was playing with. I think it was Santos with Enzo in that midfield. If I'm right, correct me if I'm wrong. All right. They just got walked through. Literally walked through. All right. So straight away, your back four's open, and then they got in and they scored, because you can't let teams, Premier League teams, when they get a chance to take them. This is the Premier League. You don't get away with it all the time. You can't ride your luck 24/7. I mean, that's just one example in the game. Second half was dead. It was dead, you know? And I'm very concerned that our midfield's like the Bermuda Triangle at the minute. It literally is the Bermuda Triangle, bruv. And unfortunately, these lot think that a Casado is just, that's it, answer to all our prayers. No, it's not. It's absolutely not. We need more than Casado. We need more than Casado. You know, at the end of the day, right, I've already seen the agendas that are popping up. And I told you lot, you want to push your agendas, I'm here. You're pushing an agenda on Cucurella already, all right? You're pushing an agenda on Raheem Sterling. You're pushing a fucking agenda on Chilwell, all right? He's a joke. You're saying Trev's shit and he's not, you know, get rid of him. You're giving an agenda on Conor Gallagher, who, again, almost scored and won us the game yesterday, putting defensive work rate, wants to be at our fucking club. He's part of our club for 16 years. You just want to get rid of him. Who, whether you rate him or not, he's a squad player. He can be utilised, and maybe Pochettino can elevate him. He's great at developing players. That's what you're crying about. Well, that's what you wanted. You wanted players to be developed. We've got a gaffer that develops players. So here we are. Now, you can say Sterling's shit, all right? You can say he was poor, but you've got to understand he's playing with a lot of kids as well, you know? And we made a lot of changes in the game. Listen, guys, you know, experience is valuable. Chilwell almost won us the game in the end as well with 2 attempts, 1 blocked, and then he shot, and goalie made that. Nick Poch made an unbelievable save. What are you coming at Chilwell for? He's trying to get fitness. He's come back from injury from last season. Yeah, he's a fucking baller. Chilwell is a baller. All right, let's not forget Manchester City was sniffing on Chilwell and they wanted Chilwell, and that's why these clowns fucking extended his contract. Yeah, in case they still come in for him. Let's have it right. Oh, where's Guardiola, Fabrizio, by the way? I thought Guardiola was a done deal. Here we go at Manchester City. We haven't heard anything, bro. We haven't heard anything. Guys, can you let me know? Is it true? Is Guardiola going to Manchester City? Let me know, guys. Oh, here we go, guys. Oh, no. So it is what it is, yeah. My. What are we doing here, bruv? Yeah, Chilwell's a baller, man. No one's coming at Chile, bruv. Yeah. Ethan says, Arsenal dropped the money for Rice and Havertz while we're messing about with Casado. I don't recognise my club anymore. And this is the point I'm making, is that And not only have they gone in and paid the money, he's paid what? Lego Head Merchants paid 105 million with the toe sucking merchant. Let's have it right, Edu, yeah. For 105 for Rice, didn't bat an eyelid, just paid it and got him, and he wanted to come. That's it. They tried a few little antics, but in reality, West Ham always going to sell for 100 million plus. They get Havertz for 65 million. They can't believe they got him for 65 million because let's have it right. These owners were desperate to sell him, and Arsenal was the club that came in for him, so they sold him to him. End of, done. Yeah. Real Madrid didn't want to pay up the money. They didn't want to pay more than 50 million. And these owners saw 65 million, so they forced Havertz to Arsenal. It is what it is, bro. But they got their signings in early for a full pre-season. That's the difference. That's what you do. When you watch Manchester City, every season they get their business done quietly, assured. They know what they're doing. Why? Because they've got professionals in the game, yeah, that have planning, strategy, and they do their business early. So when Pep arrives, he's got his pre-season. The only one he's waiting for is that Vardiol. Yeah, so have it right. But he got Kovacic in straight away, bruv. Straight away. That deal was being negotiated fucking while the season was coming to an end anyway. You know, it's clear as day. Clear as day. But it's true. In the words of Didier Drogba, our GOAT, our legend. Yeah, he says, I don't recognise my club anymore. I don't recognise it. The identity's been stripped. Our culture's been stripped. And now we're trying to rebuild this culture. But you're rebuilding it with just kids at the minute. Now, yes, I like Redondo. I think he's a baller. I want this kid at Chelsea. Where's your scouts, man? He's clear as day. His dad was a baller, bruv. His dad was a fucking general. Yeah. Why are we not buying this kid? Get in there early. You're getting in early with all the other kids. Go and get this kid, man. This guy's strong, bruv. He's got the physique. He can be developed. He's Argentinian. He'll understand with Enzo. He's got a pass. He can dribble. He can hold the ball. He can defend. He's got work rate. He's got a football brain. What are we doing here, bruv? He's been quoted like Busquets, Rodri. He's got the obviously like his old man. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, go and make a signing like that and go and get your Casado, Alavia, whoever it's going to be. Yeah. But you need to do it sharpish because the gaffer needs it. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. And it's embarrassing the way our club's been run. You know, the fact that these clowns are tweeting scenic pictures of them at games and being in the camera, in the limelight, being recorded with the gaffer in training and all this. It's embarrassing. Like, you're nobodies, yeah? You're just fucking there, you little yes men, 3 bags full, yes please sir, all that jazz. That's what you're there for. Because in reality, the truth of the matter is these owners have the final say. But they're all giving you the illusion that these guys have the power. So now the pressure and the agenda is propped on the toothpick, carrot-eating merchant, Winstanley, and Stuart Little. That's where the agenda's fed to. But the real agenda is the ownership. They're the ones. Siri Merchant, Ted Lasso. Let's have it right. They're the ones pulling all the strings. They got rid of Christopher Bell. No one else, bruv. Yeah, they got rid of him. Didn't want to play to their tune. Yeah, well, their tune is fucking out of tune, bruv. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's like listening to Susan Boyle, bruv, on crack or something, bruv. Yeah, this is their music they're playing. Let's get out of there. Let's not deal with that. All right, it's an absolute joke. It's embarrassing. All right, and this yes man tax is costing us dearly. You understand? So let's have it right. We have to keep making everyone aware of what's happening at Chelsea, and we are not satisfied until our gaffer is satisfied, and that you give him what he wants. You see, you forced us this gaffer. A lot of us wanted Luis Enrique, or some people wanted Nagelsmann. Some people wanted Jose Mourinho back. They wanted top tier gaffers, right? That have proven and won things, right? Enrique, my first choice. But these guys are hotheads. These guys, you can't dictate to them. They dictate to you so that they can get the results. That's what they do. They're the goats in the game, not Nagelsmann as such, but Enrique and Jose Mourinho, for example, Tommy T. They know what they want. They know what it takes to win, and they're elite. So give them what they want. You didn't go that route because your model doesn't collaborate with that. It doesn't. It's not sufficient enough for that to work with these kind of gaffers, because they laugh at you and go, I can't just have under 22-year-olds, under 21-year-olds. I need some fucking proven players, some finished article players. So then You've given us a gaffer in Pochettino on a shocking list with Ange, who's gone to Spursy, and Vincent Company to make Pochettino look like the golden ticket, when in reality, we didn't really want that gaffer. Some people did, but majority didn't. They wanted an Enrico and Nagelsmann. Yeah, that's what the majority wanted. And you didn't listen to the supporters because it doesn't suit your multi-club wishy-washy bullshit model, all right? And that's where we are now. And now we're all crying for this gaffer to be back. We're all supporting this gaffer that you gave us, and you're not even doing it. You're not living up to the promises you gave him. And what's the promise? The promise is we're going to sell all these players: Kante, Kovacic, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz. We're going to sell all these players. Don't worry. We're getting rid of all these. Until you come in, you've got no say. Pochettino came out in his press. He said, I trust them before I come in to do what they're going to do. In other words, sell all the players that they want off the books to balance their books, force them out, which is exactly what they did. And now, even though Pochettino's in and he wants to keep certain players in the squad, these lot are forcing these players out, undermining the gaffer and overriding his advice and his decisions and his needs and wants. Let's have it right. That's a piss poor start. And we haven't even started our season. So I'm very concerned about that. Yeah, I'm very concerned about that. Big up to Barton. He says, could have got some generals who gone to Saudi like Savic or Verratti. Facts. But this is the point, right? The reason we didn't get these players is the wages that were offered by Saudi, these clowns would never dream of paying these wages. They wouldn't even pay the wages they're on at their current clubs. Verratti at PSG, we wouldn't even be able to match his wages, let alone Savic at Lazio. So that's why you'll never get these players. And that's my point, is that their wage model doesn't suit players of this caliber. All right. And then you say, you go on to say there's experience out there and the gaffer is screaming for it. Up the Minerals FC. Big up to you, geezer. You're not wrong. These are facts. And it shows you clubs with real intent, they go and buy the experienced players. And they'll pay the wages. Hence, Manchester United went and bought Mason Mount, paying him 300 grand a week, number 7 shirt, yeah, which we all know what that represents, all right, under a gaffer that is desperate for him, giving him back in the gaffer a player that he wants, who knows he's got experience at a young age, who's a European champion, all right, and's got Premier League experience. You pay what you believe it's worth. And to Manchester United, they believe it was worth it, and it is worth it, of course. And we should have paid that money and kept Mason Mount, our DNA, our football club. But these clowns have got no loyalty, no allegiance, no sentiment towards our Cobham players, our Chelsea heritage. They're trying to change our heritage and our culture by living off the heritage that we have made. Yeah, what we stand for, what our mentality is about, what our culture is about, what has been built over the years, pre-Roman and Roman, and more recent Roman. They are using that to buy in all these kids at Chelsea. Because let's have it right, a club of serious ambition who wants to compete with Manchester City is not just going to look at 21-year-olds. Casado's 21, all right, with one good season, and you are forced to pay 100 million, if not more. I mean, because you're planning, because your strategy, because you didn't listen to the right gaffers, because you changed 4 gaffers in one season, all right, in your first season. So, yeah, I question it. And do you know what? I'll call you out on it, you frauds. Yeah, wrong-uns. AJ says, Trev Baresi cried when he scored his first goal for Chelsea, and owners want to get rid of him first before they get rid of the cement-booted rat. He's a shambles, bruv. Yeah, that you want to get rid of. Oh, Cobham boy, that goal was dedicated to his mum. All right, that was his debut goal. The kid was in tears, bruv. Trev Baresi Chalobah was in tears, bruv, because he knows how hard it is to break it into Chelsea, right? And now you're fucking signing all these kids galore. It's like, oh, it's nothing to break into Chelsea. Oh, if you're Brazilian, or if you're Portuguese and you're 20 or 18 years old, yeah, we'll have you. You can just walk straight into the first team and we'll make the gaffer play you. Fuck off, man. What are we doing here, man? It was meant to be levels and benchmarks at Chelsea. You know, Lampards and Ballacks and that, and you have to come into the team. And Mikel even spoke on it. When I came to Chelsea, I knew, shit, I've got to land it. I've got to really raise up my levels because everyone around me is of world-class, top-tier level, elite level. We don't have that now. We're relying on kids. We're relying on fucking Reece James, who's what, 22 years old, 23. We've got Enzo, who's 22. You know, you've got Chile, who's only 25. Is he 25? You know, you've got no one of like 30 years old, over 30, which is Thiago Silva. You haven't got anyone of like old experience, bruv. Conor Gallagher's 23. Like, and he's like one of our senior players. Can you not understand how bad that is? This gaffer wants to win. And you want to force out Trev Baresi, who doesn't want to leave. He blatantly doesn't want to leave. As did Mason Mann didn't want to leave. Kai Havertz didn't even want to leave. Fucking, what's his name? Who's the other player? Gallagher. He doesn't want to leave. But you're forcing him out. It's a shambles, bruv. Absolute shambles, bruv. CO11, big up to you, my geezer. Says Liverpool will batter us big time first game. Listen, anything can happen, geezer. Whenever we're ready to watch our Chelsea, there's always that buzz and that belief that we can win any game. But I think like that's just us kidding ourselves and living off what we used to be like. I think the only thing, like I say to you, that gives me confidence, gives me belief, and that kind of encouragement and hope is the gaffer himself, and the way he's going to set us out. He's a general. He's vocal on the pitch. I mean, fucking hell, what we doing? We didn't even play Angelo yesterday, and we bought Moreno, whatever his name is, Moreira, yeah, who's clearly not ready. And then we're hearing that Moreira's going to get a chance in the senior team, and we're loaning out Angelo, who's fucking balled out. I mean, make sense of it all. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Like, what is this? Is this Pochettino's advice? Is this? I don't see it. It doesn't make sense to me. And when we had the break, the milk bottle break. Let's have it right, where you hand out the milk bottles, not Lucozade and water, to all the kids. You see Pochettino screaming like tactics and advice and guidance to that Portuguese player, to Gallagher as well, saying, look, when you press, you got to press this way, otherwise you leave us open so that we can hurt the opposition. Like, I love all that, and these players will absorb it. They're like sponges, these kids. Granted, but in games you'll get found out about the stronger teams that you play against with experience, and they played with each other a lot longer. It's just a given. It's not rocket science, bruv. It's just not rocket science, mate. AJ says, when TT wanted a proper DM, Todd gave him Zakaria. Facts. And this is true. I mean, what a joke. This guy didn't even play. He hardly played for us last season. And everyone was going, oh, sign him. Why? Because we were starved of a DM, a profile player of just anyone, of a DM in any sense. We were like, oh, look at us. We can play a little bit better. That's just a position. Give us a world-class DM, elevates your levels. The fact that they can't, this is what I'm saying, it's non-football minds making decisions, and that's where we're going wrong as a football club to build our football team. Why don't they stick to the commercial side and let the gaffer, his backroom team, and his scouting network, and the so-called carrot-eating merchant and Stuart Little collaborate with the gaffer? But they're not. At the end of the day, everything gets overridden by these fucking clowns up top. That's the reality. But TT wanted Casemiro, yeah? And if he didn't get Casemiro, he wanted Declan Rice. I do know that. Barton says, forget to say only culture left is name and badge. Oh, that's fucked, bruv. That's fucked. I mean, yeah, right now. And the supporters is the culture. Without us, nothing. You know what I mean? No club's anything without the supporters. But the badge and the name, there's certain players in that squad that understand that, and there's certain players that have no idea because they're young players and they look at the history of Chelsea, which is our old culture. It's not our new culture, yeah, old culture, and we're trying to they're trying to hang off that, yeah, which is great. We want the young kids to try and, you know, grasp that and drink their minerals in, because at least they've got something to look back and see, yeah, that's how Chelsea should be. Now, the reality is that the owners have gutted that now, and we've only got a few players left. We've got Chilwell, James, Thiago Silva, who've won the Champions League, Club World Cup, Super Cup from that squad. Kepa was in the squad, but he never played, and he didn't play. Except actually, fair dues to Kepa. Super Cup final, he did land it. We won on penalties, so he did play a role there. So yeah, we've got 4 players in that entire squad left, and that's from the sort of like the old regime. What else is left? Oh, Trev, old regime. Trev, obviously. Worrying signs. Because you're now relying on these new players to bring in a culture. They're making this culture. They're recreating our culture. They should be coming into our club knowing what the deal is, knowing the culture, knowing the levels. And I think what Pochettino is trying to do is that. He's trying to let them know, come in. If you don't perform, you're not playing. Now, Gaffer brought something up, which I want to talk about right now. Pochettino says Chelsea still have a massive and unbalanced squad with tough decisions to come. He also went on a rant about players demanding to be starters rather than earning it. This is what I'm talking about, yeah? Earn your fucking right. Players need to earn it. Just because you got a price tag, just because you're on wages, or maybe because you think you're so good, doesn't mean that you deserve to play. The gaffer decides who to play, yeah? The gaffer decides. The fact that he's saying it's unbalanced is a major red flag and worry to us that the owners are not listening. All right. He also says, so far, Ian Maatsen is in my plan. I'm so happy with him, can play him in different positions. He's a clever player. I'm so pleased with him so far. Baller, let's have it right. Our Dutch little maestro, yeah, little Minerals General. What's he got now? 3 assists now, is it? 2 goals, 3 assists. Baller, bruv. All right, and he's versatile, and we know that. We know about Maatsen, and granted, I always said he's got to stay in the squad. So Gaffer's going to keep him. They can't sell him for a pound note. Let's have it right. 3 games, 3 goals. 3 goals and 2 assists. What a baller! All right, so I want to bring up this. Pochettino says Chelsea still have a massive and unbalanced squad with tough decisions to come. He also went on a rant about players demanding to be starters rather than earn it. I did read that. Sorry. Here it is. Right. Gaffer says, Chelsea pay me to choose 11 players. It is better they talk from now to leave. In other words, if they want to leave now, speak now. If I don't play, I don't want to be here. Perfect, he says. If I'm here, I'm committed. I'm going to accept that you are the coach and are going to choose. Yeah? And this is how it should be, guys. He says it's not a threat. We need to stop thinking. I come here to play. No, I come here to help the club to achieve what we want. And then I need to convince the coaching staff that I deserve to play. So he's trying to instill a mentality and a culture to these players. This is what it takes. You have to earn your right, your stripes, earn your minerals to get into the first team and play in my team, my consistency. Because my duty is to help Chelsea win games and win trophies, which is the right mentality. And thank fucking hell, man. Thank you. We got a gaffer. Yeah. We got someone who's got some sort of authority and leadership here, bruv, and some damn minerals, yeah? But he's also sending a message to the owners here. He's sending a message to the owners because there's some players that do want to be here, like Conor Gallagher and Trev Baresi, who the gaffer would like, but these owners want to sell. So when he says there's tough decisions to make, it's also tough decisions with the players, deciding whether you want to stay or go, all right? And then there's also tough decisions by these clowns to listen to the gaffer and not sell certain players that want to stay that he wants. Ooh, uncomfortable conversations need to be had. I love it. Yeah, I love it. Big up to the gaffer, bruv. AJ says Chelsea fans are slowly accepting mediocrity. Listen, they've been accepting it ever since last season. They'll say to me, oh, look at our team, it's better than last season, but they'll forget about the entire context of last season, which shows me their naivety, they're narrow-minded. You've got to look at the whole picture, not just one little bit that suits your narrative and your agenda, because you hate certain players and etc. The bottom line is when any team, doesn't matter, any club that went through what we went through last season and had owners doing what they did would be in the same position no matter how good of players you got. It just is not going to work. When you don't have unity, you don't have stability, when you don't have the right football professionals making the decisions in the sport, then forget it. You ain't going anywhere. You're going down quick. Yeah, quicksand galore, bruv. Quicksand FC. Denishan, big up Denishan, says Mount will have suited Poch better than Ten Hag. Listen, you don't need to tell me, bruv. I know Mason Mount would have balled out under Pochettino. In fact, he would be a guaranteed starter under Pochettino. It would have been Casado, Enzo, Mason Mount all day long. And what he would have done was he would have put Mudryk on the left and Kunku up top, and then maybe you have a Kudus right wing with another young'un, supporting. You'd have a Redondo in there, or a Lavia as a backup DM. You'd have Connor maybe being sold if Mason Mount stayed. I'm not going to lie, but now we've lost Mason Mount. We have to keep Connor. You can't let both of them go. It's ridiculous. And you start to build a core and a spine there, and someone with in elite game intelligence. Yeah, because you need to have intelligence in the game. Yeah, let's have it right. But this is the point I'm making, guys. Is the most important thing is that the gaffer is backed, guys. Maybe Kai wouldn't have played, maybe would have. I think the fact of the matter is, and what concerns me and why I'm fucked off, is that these owners never gave Pochettino everyone to assess. He's walked in with all these. He's had Kante gone, Kovacic, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, all gone out the door. Yeah. He hasn't had the chance to work with them to say, yeah, I'm happy if you sell them, or no, I want to keep them. You know, it is what it is, bruv. It is what it is. What are we doing here? Guys, smash the piece to like button. We should have well over the 300 likes. Let me know. But don't forget what I'm saying. Toothpick Winstanley and Stuart Little, they're the scapegoats, guys. They're the ones that everyone's... And listen, you play a dangerous game, you little wrong'uns, when you're on social media and you want to have limelight. Yeah? When our board is on social media, it's a dangerous game. Because you non-stop get the abuse when it goes shit, and then you lap it up all the props when it goes well, but you entertain a very dangerous game, because these people on social media, you don't know anything about them. You don't know. Half of them are fucking bots, bruv. Yeah. Some of them are FIFA merchants, Twitter virgins. Some of them are older age, maybe. Some of them are not. You don't know anyone on social media. So you're listening to social bots, and you're using your large accounts that you got in your pocket to feed into these bots to suit your narratives and your agendas. And we know the game. This is exactly what they're doing. They're also playing a game where they're building up this whole story of Casado. So when we do sign him, they look amazing. That the owners and the Toothpick Winstanley and Stuart Little look fucking wow. You're amazing. You've done your job. Oh, my owner, my goat. Shut up, jog on. Doesn't work on here, bruv. Those tricks don't work on here, mate. You got to earn your stripes, mate. You got to earn your stripes. Gvardiol. Go and get Gvardiol, innit? Yeah, facts. Go and get Gvardiol, bruv. Go and get Gvardiol. Listen, guys, I told you, we're not going to be able to sign these elite players, these top players. We're not going to get these top players. Yeah. So let's talk about the game. 1-1 yesterday. Newcastle, much harder test than Brighton. Although Brighton was a different test, but you saw the difference in levels. Newcastle are above us. They got Champions League football. They've spent money. They're going to spend more money. They paid their gaffer for a while now. They're very, very. They've got real resilience about them defensively. So I think personally, it was a very good test for us last night, and I thought we did all right in a lot of moments in the game. It was fast paced, very fast paced. And you know what? We did well in certain parts. We have to shout out Maatsen. We have to shout out Jackson. Minnels Jackson, let's have it right. I mean, he's surprising us. He's surprising me. I ain't going to lie. I don't know anything about the kid, but I'll tell you what I do like. I like his attitude. I like his work rate. I think his movement and the runs he makes is fantastic. It's just that the chemistry's got to build for his teammates to identify these runs. When they do, and I think with Mudryk and Jackson, something's very special going to build there. You might even get that with Enzo, where he can play balls over the top as well. Once he's got a fucking DM with him, he can actually, unleash his minerals, yeah? But Jackson, mate, guys, what a wonderful finish. Clinical, timing a run, stayed on side, composed. He looked dangerous, threatening. He did get knocked down a few times. He's going to have to get used to it in the Premier League, and I'm sure he will. But he looks like he's ready to take on a challenge. So let's have it right. Let's see what that brings. I like him. I genuinely like him. So let's see what happens. Maatsen, for me, is a no-brainer. He played on the right yesterday. I thought he lovely weighted pass. Santos again, good player. Just needs developing. Enzo was good in moments, but not so good in moments. Wasn't too sure. I mean, he's not played that much, and he needs to get his fitness up clearly. But he needs help. We know that. We had Mudryk play. He was a bit quiet, if I'm being honest. Didn't have that much impact on the game. He made one good run and tried to link up, but nothing come of it. Who else is there? Obviously, when I mentioned about Gvardiol going to sign him, it's an example. I'm not saying sign him, but I'm saying when there's top players out there, we should be going and buying these players. I know we got Colwill, and I know we got Badashile. We got bloody what's his name, Chilwell as well. But yeah, so Colwill for me, he's got to stay. 119%. He's got to stay. Kepa, could he have saved that shot? Do you think a better goalkeeper saves that shot? I think they do. Cucurella, like I say, that goal, he was out of position, but our midfield was completely run through like Bermuda Triangle. I think Newcastle took control of the game in a lot of moments of the game. Which it just shows our inexperience. I just, when I watched us, I just felt like we got so much work to do, and there's so much we're lacking that experience, because I think in these games, in a Premier League game, which it felt like a Premier League game, definitely in the first half, it felt like a Premier League game. It's those moments where you got overrun and they score a goal. Is where you lose the game. We could have lost that game yesterday, last night. We could have lost that game. I think Kepa made a save, but yeah, these players are learning each other. They're learning the gaffer system. I'm not going to focus too much on that. It's also about match sharpness, match fitness, getting players to get minutes and etc. Humphreys was playing as well, wasn't he? Chilwell. Reece James didn't have a good game. I thought he got done quite a bit by what's his name? Isaac, is it? Again, Reece is just off it because he's not had any run up. That was his first game. So, it is what it is. I'm not going to come at these players. What for? Like, at the end of the day, they need to balance. They need to get their fitness up, and they need to. I think the gaffer now, from now till the season starts, he needs to start picking a slightly more consistent team to just see how we do. Gusto did all right, but he's sharper than Reece. That's probably why he looks better. But he's not a better player than Reece. Reece on his day, we know he's clear, bruv. What else? I thought Reece made some lovely link-up play. He did some things right, and then some things not so great. I mean, it's the way it is, bruv. Uncomfortable conversations for sort of certain people. But if that was Mason Mount, they'd be fucking slandering him. That's just the way the agenda is. What else? We did almost win it. I think Chilwell had a really fucking great shot. And Pope saved that. That was, I think, in extra time, was it? And Connor had a great opportunity. There were 2 chances there. They also had a couple. So maybe a draw is a fair result. But it was a good test. The bottom line is, guys, I'm quite happy with certain players. I'm just not happy with the core. I'm not happy with the balance. I'm not happy that the gaffer's not being backed. This is my issue. This is my issue, bruv. Do I think Man U are going to be a problem considering we have outplayed them? Yeah, they will be. Listen, we had the pre-season under Jose and we were shit. And we went and won the league. I just think that you can't go by pre-season. Pre-season is just like, it's just about fitness. We've got a new gaffer. We've got so many new players. It's a lot harder for Chelsea to get on the winning run. We just have to hope that we keep going, bruv. Matthew Lee says, I personally think we should sell Colwill. I think he's overrated as anything. Also, think we were right to sell Mount. Open your eyes, Minerals. I mean, you're either taking the absolute piss, trolling. If you generally think that, I don't know what to say, fella. Colwell is like in the Rio Ferdinand. He's one of our own, and he's a baller. He's a ball-playing centre-back, and he is the future. There's no way I'm selling Colwell, and he's not overrated. And the fact that you're right to sell Mount, I don't know what to tell you, bruv. He's been our best player for 3 seasons. He's fucking carried us. Let's see who carries us this season. Because I was told that Reece James is the one, our highest chance creator, our most goals and assists. Yeah. Without him, we lose games. Well, let's see how that is this season. Not just with Reece, with any player. Who's going to give us the 30 GA? Let's see who gets the 30 GA. Answer that. We're all good, bruv. Jermaine Raff says, what happened to Tito Jackson? Tito Jackson? I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about Minerals Jackson, Nico Jackson. What happened to him? He balled out yesterday. That's what he did. He balled out. He did very well. Do you know what I mean? Because what I said that he's a youth player. You know, we don't know much about him, and what my point is, yeah, is that we've got no experience. He's not experienced. He's doing well, but he's got to do it consistently, bruv. Who's our backup? Who's our backup? It's Minerals Jackson, not Tito Jackson, bruv. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? No, I haven't seen that bar. Let's get that up, shall we? Should we get that up? Let's get that up. Oh dear. Where is it? I smashed to pieces that like button, guys. Have a look. Oh, here it is. Okay. Pochettino and his coaching staff are joined by Stuart Little, Toothpick Winstanley, and Joe Shields for a meal. Here we are. There we are, guys. So we're having meals and broadcasting these meals when we should be doing deals. Forget the meals, do the deals. Yeah. Forget the meals and do the deals. Let's have it right. PR merchants. Yeah. Happy Meal PR merchants. You think our gaffer wants you sitting there having dinner with him when you should be out there going doing deals? Let's have it right. Carrot eating merchant. He's probably eating too many carrots, bruv. As even hungry to sit down with the gaffer and eat. He's eating a bucket load of carrots. You're so good, Winstanley. Well done, well done. We'll give you more carrots. Yeah, and we got Stuart Little there at the end of the table. Let's have it right. He's probably feasting, bruv. Needs his cheese. Bruv. He probably orders quadruple, triple cheese extra on his Big Mac, on his cheeseburger, on his lovely Happy Meals. I guarantee it, bro. Yeah. Sign us some players, will ya? Yeah. Get us Redondo, get us Casado, get us Lavia, get us all three. Let's have it right. Yeah. While you're at it, go and get us Magnan as well. Yeah. And go and get us Kudus, Chekri as well while you're at it. Oh, and I forgot Shermeni. Get Shermeni while you're on the way. Yeah, let's have it right. We got one director that loves cheese, and we got one that loves carrots. Oh man, what are we doing here, bruv? What are we doing here? What a disaster, bruv. What a disaster. Look at this. We've got Cucurella from there, Graham Potter, Winstanley, Bruno Salter. We want Casado now. We've obviously loaned Colwell there and brought Colwell back. That's our Brighton feast, bruv. Yeah. That's Brighton. So here we are, sitting here, and we sold Billy Goatmore for 9 million at Chelsea. Let me know in the chat if you'd have Billy Gilmore back. I'd love to have Billy Gilmore back, bruv. Yeah. And listen, the medical team need to get extra cotton wool for Reece Speech James, bruv. Yeah, let's have it right. I'm just done with it, mate. I think people need to understand what's happening, and yeah, we'll be patient. We're patient with the gaffer. My only trust is with him. My trust is with him and the players. Certain players, they want to win. They want to be right up there. Let's have it right. Obviously, everyone's screaming about Reece James, talking about certain players last year it was tough. They didn't want to be here and blah blah blah. Well, we know who those players were. He said the funny thing is the way the journos, the brown envelopes, and all the large accounts put certain players didn't want to be here and cut it off. He says because they weren't playing, you cut that bit out. So everyone goes, "Oh, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, look at him, he's mudding them." No, he wasn't talking about them. He wasn't talking about them. He's talking about players that weren't playing. Your Ziyech, your Pulisic, your Aubameyangs, your fucking players that were being benched all season pretty much. Yeah. These players disturb the squad and you get players pissed off, mate. Yeah, so a bit right. What's everyone saying? Yeah, Magnan Shumeni Cherky, amazing meal. Let's have it right. That's a feast. But I want Redondo, guys. I want Redondo as well in there. Next visit, if only Jackson had 4 brothers. Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's quality. Big up to Zach. Zach, he says, what it do, Johnny? Big up from Philly, homie. You got a lifetime hood pass, brother. Come on, bruv. Let's have it right. Let's have it right. I've never been Philly, bruv. Never been Philly. I've only been to New York, mate. New York. I've been New York, bruv. Philly, I've not been. Let's have it right. We like a bit of what's his name? Bruce Springsteen's Philadelphia track. I'll tell you that now. That's a banger and a half, isn't it? All right, so who else? What are you saying? Does Poch want Dybala though? This is the thing. I don't know if Poch does want Dybala. I don't know if Poch does want Dybala, bro. Of course, Cursor says Miami's where it's at, bruv. I can imagine him in Miami. Yeah. Oh man, welcome to Miami. Yeah. Philly, the hood is Chelsea blue. Come on, bruv. We know it. We know it. Yeah, of course. The Bowley PR, let's have it right. Is a way to they know the asking price. Of course they do. Like I say, they're gonna have to pay the money. But what they'll do is they'll get the brand owners to come out and say, oh, there's a structure to it. So we're not paying it all up front. And everyone's going to go, oh, we love you, Bowley. You're landing it. All right. But in reality, the true story is Brighton will want the 100 million up front. Like, guys, do you honestly believe we should pay the 100 million plus for Casado? Does everyone actually, like, I don't care. It's not my money. But what worries me is the way these guys will spend after they've spent that. And how they will spend, because these guys are tight as it is right now. Anyone would think we're broke. You know, we were debt free by Roman, 1.5 billion. How did they manage to mess that up? Oh, well, I'll tell you why. No, exactly. A lot of people saying no now. Oh, dear. So you don't think he's worth 100 million? I don't think he's worth 100 million. It's like I say to you, it's the position we're in. That's why we're playing this money. It's just ridiculous. Lavia, I'd rather. Do you know what? Right now, if it meant I could get Redondo and Lavia, I'd probably do that now. I'd probably do that. I mean, Lavia's what, 20 years old as well? Is he younger? Is he 19? I think he's young. Lavia's Belgium as well. He's from Belgium, isn't he? Get Lavia, 50 million. Get Redondo, Argentinian maestro. Can you imagine if Chelsea went back in for Billy Gilmore, what they're pricing him at? They probably want 100 million for him as well. He's 19, Lavia. All right, sweet. Yeah. No, you don't sell Sterling, bruv. What you said? They want to sell Sterling. They want to sell Sterling. They try to sell him in January, guys. Yeah, they want to sell Sterling, but the problem with Sterling is whoever's buying him's got to pay the 325 grand a week or whatever it is. I told you, toothpick, carrot eating merchant Winstanley's got to be Brighton's agent, bruv. He's got to be. Where was Lawrence Stuart from? Where's Stuart Little from, guys? What club's he from? Where what neck of the woods has he come out of? Because we're putting him in the Minerals FC woods. Let's have it right. Listen, like I say, I'll be drinking all the haters' tears with Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. I'm telling you now. Oh dear. You don't learn. Oh, he's from Monaco, that's it. Yeah, he's from Monaco, yeah. Yeah. How are they getting on, Monaco? How are they doing, guys? They doing well? Oh, where are Monaco? Let me see where Monaco were. Oh, they finished sixth. So we're looking at Europa League or Conference League, are we? Yeah. So we've taken another director from that club. Bruv, you brought up John Joe Shelby, man. What are we doing here, man? That's got to be a joke. Like I said, you're right, Al. You're bang on the money here. These clowns should have just gone and bought Brighton. I don't know why they're mucking around with Chelsea. Honestly, go and use Brighton as your feeder club, your farming club. You melts. Absolute wrong uns, bruv. Do you know what's sad is that rival fans, you listen to them and they all know that these owners have killed us. All right. But our stupid platforms, our idiots on these platforms, because they set narratives and idiots on Twitter and social media, they push all the agendas on our gaffer. They put agenda on Thomas Tuchel. They then put agenda on all the players, on certain players. And then they put the agenda on Jellyfish Potter, which, to be honest with you, he was a yes man, and we fed into that anyway. He had to leave. He was shit. Let's have it right. And he was dictated by these clowns. But they all missed the trick because do you know why? They don't want to go near it. They don't want to go near coming at the owners. It's too early for me. It's too early for me. I think the fact that any owner can come in one is not enough of a fucking sample size for you to have more patience is worrying for me. So all these supporters, all these platforms, majorities I'm talking, yeah, they all went for the players, the gaffers. That's my narrative was always the owners, always, and you know that. And funny enough, things are still not changing, and it's still the owners. You know, Pochettino can only work certain ways, bruv. He can only do so much. Yeah, facts, Shane. Vivell called out Potter and Ted Lasso didn't like it and he got rid of him. Facts. He wanted him out. He wanted Nagelsmann or Enrique. That's the model he was building because Vivell knew Chelsea as a club. He knew it wasn't Red Bull. Red Bull's been in existence for 15, 16 years. They won nothing. But with Chelsea, he can still implement that kind of model, but doing it with elite players. Yeah? Doing it with an elite gaffer, should I say. But we had the elite gaffer, but he was sacked before Vivell came in anyway. The fact of the matter is, right, is Siri Merchant is playing sporting director, director of our club, football. Sporting director is Siri Merchant. I want everyone to understand that. And it is well with Ted Lasso-Bowley. They are both playing that. Don't think because Todd Bowley's out of the limelight, yeah, that he's not pulling strings with Siri Merchant. Oh, he is. This is his gig, yeah. He's a 10% merchant, but he's the one pitching this, bruv. He's the one that's got Siri Merchant in his pocket as well, likewise. So they're working together, collaborating, yeah? All right? This is the deal. And he's out of the limelight, but Siri Merchant's the one. Siri Merchant's the one now. You'll see him more at the training grounds and all this jazz. And this is the funny thing, is that these guys are calling all the shots, all right? But they're not listening to the right people, mate. They're not listening. They're not allowing the people do their jobs. They think they know best. So when Vivell comes out and gives his advice, you're not listening to his advice. So Vivell's going, what's the point? I even said it months ago on my streams. I said, Vivell's probably going, what the fuck is the point of me being here? And I said that. And it's true. It's all come out. It's actually happened where he's gone, yeah, I'm off. I'm out of here. Like, this project, you told me this project's this, and it's not. You need a elite gaffer. You need a elite gaffer. They're playing sporting director and you've sacked Thomas Tuchel. Any sporting director would not just sack Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, it's these guys, man. These guys are the clowns. These guys are the leading act. Yeah, that's what they are. That's the role they want to play. They love it. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. So, guys, smash the piece of the like button. Smash the piece of the like button. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Make sure you put all your comments down below. Big up to everyone that's been part of the show. Big up to all you guys, all you Minerals FC Ultras in the chat. Big up to everyone that's landed the Super Minerals, all my members. But listen, let's have it right. Let's see what happens now. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, we just get a DM in. We need a DM for the gaffer, and that's all that matters right now, so that we can progress as a team. Right now, it's a shit show. So let's see after the show what happens. Let's see what breaking news comes out, and let's see if we miraculously sign a Redondo and a Casado. Let's see what happens, bruv. But let's get the money in. Let's get the money in, and let's get the players in. Yeah, let's have it right. So, guys, like I say, smash the like button. Put your comments down below. Respect every single one of you, and I will be back again. You know the deal. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC, we move. London is blue, let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC, let's go.
Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.